Already seeing you guys in the comments. What's up? Yeah, we're just gonna do another Q&A over here. Just gonna be chilling out for a little while, talking some good movies, some bad movies, whatever you guys want to talk about over here. I'm always talking movies on the regular here. So if you guys are new, smash that subscribe button as hard as you possibly can, as well as that thumbs up. It really helps me get this content out to more of you beautiful people out there. And we're closing in on 1,000 subscribers over here. It's still mind-boggling to me, but if any of you guys can help that along, that would be excellent. Don't forget to smash that notification bell as well. There's a lot of really interesting new releases coming out in February. Somebody actually did correct me on the last live stream that Cyrano was delayed to February, and I completely whiffed on that. So thank you to whoever that may have been. But yeah, I got a lot of exciting stuff going on. I've got the live stream today. It's a pretty chillaxing day over here. So why don't you go ahead and crack open whatever you're drinking today? I got, it's lunchtime over here. So got my Pepsi. So we'll just go ahead and talk about whatever you guys want. And, we got a lot of really amazing people in the chat. Film Lover 134, how's it going? He just told me he got a YouTube channel up and running, which is excellent. Congratulations, my friend. After you're done watching the stream, go ahead and check his channel out. I'm sure it's excellent. I will be checking him out as well. And how you doing, Bad Dog Reviews? We're just getting started over here. Should be a lot of fun. What are you guys watching this weekend? Have you guys been watching the piece of shit Moonfall, or have you been watching the really weird Jackass Forever? Let me know what you thought of those down in the chat, and we'll talk a little bit more about those. I'm not going to have a lot of thoughts on Jackass other than it's stupid, but anyway. What's up, Adrian? How you doing? And what's up to Luke as well? Both excellent creators in their own right. Adrian, I love that avatar as well. I keep every time I see his profile picture there, it just makes me smile. The Cobra Kai there. I'm an Eagle Fang for life now, but it's yep, there you go. What's up to Ryan O'Toole as well, another excellent creator. I'm actually going to be having him on for a Oscar nomination reaction live stream coming up this Tuesday night. Put it in your calendars right now. It's going to be 5 p.m. Pacific time. Ryan will be one of the panelists there, so should be a lot of fun. I'm hoping that we don't have to rant about freaking House of Gucci and Jared Leto's inevitable nomination for Best Supporting Actor, but should be a lot of fun. But let me know what you guys think are getting nominated for a bunch of Oscars down in the chat. What do you think is going to get the most nominations? Do you think there will be any big snubs? Obviously there's going to be big snubs, but what do you want to see nominated? Like, first and foremost, what do you think is getting the most nominations? What do you think is getting nominated for Best Picture? Who do you think is getting nominated for all that stuff? NGT Productions, how's it going? He's catching up on Boba Fett and wrestling for sure. Yep. AEW's got some great stuff out right now. We've got Revolution next month. I will not be reviewing WWE Elimination Chamber this month, mainly because I don't like supporting the blood money shows, but I've got a couple of good retro pods lined up with me and my buddy Tomas as well. So yeah, that should be a good time. Of course, we're on the road to WrestleMania. Rumor has it it's supposed to be title unification between Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar. I guess if that's what they want to make it quote unquote interesting. Whatever. Whatever. Have I seen Licorice Pizza? Adrian asks. I have not seen it. That was something that I was very iffy on this holiday season, and I just never really pulled the trigger on it. Mainly because I don't know, it just looked a little strange to me. I didn't think I was gonna like it necessarily, but Paul Thomas Anderson directed it. He's directed a lot of classics like Boogie Nights, There Will Be Blood, but it just didn't look like one of his better films to me. Bad Dog does not like Jackass, if they're being honest. Yep. I'm right there in the same boats for sure. Bad Dog watched Belle and Moonfall this week. Belle is for sure the better choice, for sure. Luke watched Jackass Forever on Friday, and he laughed. So that's good. Your favorite movie of the year so far? Uh-oh. Better than Scream and Tragedy of Macbeth so far? I don't know, man. Good on you if you think it's the best movie of the year. But Luke watched the card. Did I watch the card counter rather? that was one that I really, really wanted to watch a year ago, and I've seen the Blu-ray go for cheap at Target. I may just like blind buy that. I just haven't gotten to it. I know Martin Scorsese. I believe Martin Scorsese was attached as a producer, if I'm not mistaken. And one of his cinematographers directed that, I want to say. I could be very wrong, but I do know that the director was linked to a bunch of Scorsese projects in the past. But I mean, Oscar Isaac is one of the rising stars in Hollywood right now. So can't wait to see what that is all about. NGT, thank you. Thank you for the kind words. Pumped for the retros. 2004. Yeah, no, 2004 was a good year for WWE for sure. I do remember growing up with Monday Night Raw was on fire in 2004, oddly enough, with all the trades that were going down. And we'll get to that. SmackDown was a little iffy, but a lot to talk about with JBL and all that. Ridiculous Brock being in the chamber, I agree, but that's a first time ever thing that they're gonna, plug for the ratings there. AJ Styles deserves the win. I fully agree. I'm hoping at this point though, because he was my pick to win the Rumble match about a month ago. At this point, no, it wasn't a month ago. It was like a week or so ago. But yeah, they eliminated him like not even before number 20, and I'm like, are you serious? Are you serious, man? This is the best wrestler in the world you have in front of you. But let's see. Ryan watched Jackass Forever. I'm sorry. Moonfall, I'm even more sorry. Book of Boba Fett is getting better, but it's I'll have a review of it later on this week for the full series. It was Book of Boba Fett was interesting because the last two episodes have been awesome, but it's not what they're advertising it to be by the title for the Book of Boba Fett, if you ask me. But Peacemaker week after week has been the best thing that we've gotten all year so far, film or television. Peacemaker has been my favorite thing. I've always been looking forward to watching it. It's always a great amount of fun. John Cena is fantastic in the role as well. Once again, I know a lot of people may be sitting there like, "Oh, Peacemaker is not Peacemaker anymore," but I mean, that's the amazing thing about having a character arc. You know what I mean? Like Peacemaker, how he was at the beginning of the series, very much unlike how he's going to be at the end of the series. So to me, that's a really good arc, and I think James Gunn once again struck gold. Luke has not seen Tragedy of Macbeth since I. Oh, yeah. Okay. That's fair enough. That's fair enough. But I highly recommend it, especially if anybody's into Shakespeare or anything like that. If anybody is a big fan of Denzel Washington, highly, highly, highly recommend it for sure. Adrian thinks Andrew Garfield should get nominated for his performance in Tick, Tick, Boom and Spider-Man No Way Home. That should at least get nominated for Best Picture and hope it wins. Yeah. You know, I don't have a whole lot of faith in the Academy to nominate No Way Home. It would be awesome if they did, but if they don't, it's not going to surprise me in the slightest. Um, but I do agree with that first point. I do think that Andrew Garfield should be the one that wins Best Actor. I know there's a lot of people in the chat who think that Will Smith should be the winner for King Richard, which is a great film for sure, but there's a difference between working for the craft and making a good movie and working for the Oscar, if that makes sense. I feel like, especially after watching King Richard recently, like Will Smith is good. He's really, really freaking good in King Richard, but I can see right through it. I feel like he's more so working for the Oscar then. NGT, I'm always a SmackDown guy. Yep, for no reason. Yeah, but no question, Raw was better than SmackDown in 2004. But yeah, for sure. When Paul Heyman was head booker, I wholly agree with you. And then he would become SmackDown general manager for a while. It'd be good for the first part of 2004. And then there were a bunch of trades that happened. Triple H did not want to work on Tuesdays. So, yeah, it just kind of fell off a cliff there. What's up, Jacoby? How you doing, my friend? We're just we're getting to close to 10 minutes deep on this Q&A here. Hope you're doing well. Hope you saw some good movies this weekend, and I hope you're looking forward to all the other stuff that's coming out in February. I think this weekend is Death on the Nile and Marry Me, if I'm not mistaken. Marry Me is just another Owen Wilson rom-com. And then we have also, Death on the Nile, which was supposed to be a big Christmas release in 2020 at the peak of COVID. But, here we are getting it Valentine's Day weekend instead. Hoping it's good. I'm hearing mixed things about it already from the people who have seen it all up to this point. Embargo, I believe, pops up tomorrow. I believe the embargo is lifted for Death on the Nile tomorrow, but I'm hearing people are enjoying it. Luke asks me, "Have you gotten around to watching Body of Lies yet?" No, no, not yet. But that is very, very high up on the list. I have been, furiously watching Game of Thrones season 6. I'm very close to the Battle of the Bastards, so cannot wait to talk about that with you guys. And I can tell you, based on the reactions this week, I'm glad I went to see Jackass instead of Moonfall. The hardest I'd laughed since the first Deadpool. Wow, interesting. Again, I'm glad people like Johnny Knoxville. I'm glad people enjoy what he does with the ridiculous stunts and the pranks and all that. But Bad Dog finally got to watch last night in Soho. Top 3 Edgar Wright. Yep, yep. It should have made more money at the box office, my friend. But c'est la vie. King Richard was better Oscar bait than 7 pounds in Collateral Beauty. Yeah, yeah, I agree. I agree, but it's still in the same boat. It's still Will Smith Oscar bait, my friend, at least in my opinion. Have you ever given a list of your favorite wrestlers' all-time favorite matches? Would be a great vid for you and Tomas. Oh boy, yeah, no, it's I can tell you right now that the favorite wrestlers list, The Rock is number one, just because of how much of a big influence he's made on me and my life and the trajectory of my life and what I've been, passionate about. So, all-time favorite matches, man, that always changes for sure. But yeah, if there's any other wrestling fans, let me know if you want to see that down in the chat, and Tomas and I will get it going for sure. Yeah, thank you for the suggestion. And Kanto should win Best Animated Feature, Adrian. Here's the thing. I feel like Best Animated Feature at the Oscars is going to be the key one to watch because there are so many great animated films from 2021 that I think could feasibly take it home, and Kanto being one of them. But I think Mitchell's versus the Machines is a very viable contender as well. My personal pick would be Riot and the Last Dragon, but we'll see what happens. I mean, it's going to be a tight race for that category for sure. There were so many great animated films last year. Jacoby, I'm guessing I'll catch up about to more 2021 movies this week because I don't care about both of those. Yeah, yeah, Death on the Nile, Marry Me. I mean, they're not going to be box office smash hits or anything like that. I think if Death on the Nile came out in December 2020, very, very possible that it would have, stayed in theaters longer. I mean, but hindsight is 2020 after all. No pun intended. Ooh, you'll be seeing Uncharted this weekend? You're seeing it early, huh? Yeah, let us know what you thought of it after you see it. Yeah, I'd love to hear what you thought of it because Uncharted is something I am very, very concerned about being a video game movie, but I'm hoping it's at least fun. I think Mark Wahlberg, if you give him the right project, he can be really, really entertaining. He was great in Boogie Nights, even though he doesn't like to talk about that. But he can also be in some really entertaining shit movies like The Happening, as you guys already know from my review of that. Luke asks me, what are some of my favorite Steelbooks I own? Actually, that I can answer real easily. So I have here, hold on. It's kind of hard to, hold the microphone, but Spider-Man Homecoming, Spider-Man Far From Home, easy. I mean, look at just the art right there. It's just like the glossiness in the Far From Home one, especially. Love that. Love that for sure. And I really want to complete the set to have No Way Home on there, the full home trilogy there in steelbook form. But Best Buy, it's hard for me to like pre-order No Way Home steelbook off of Best Buy right now. I don't know if that's because there's like scarce supplies. I don't know if it's like the Blu-ray equivalent of a PS5, but it's it's they're hard to come by. I mean, the stuff I do come by are from scalpers on eBay. So I don't know. I mean, I would love a No Way Home steelbook though. Oh, you didn't love Last Night in Soho. Oh, interesting. So mid, and for as well made as the movie was, the writing is subpar. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I for one loved Last Night in Soho. It's a top 10 movie of last year for me personally. Um I mean, it's a I don't know. I mean, I like it more than The World's End for sure. I mean, I thought The World's End was kind of mid personally. That might be a take that gets me in some hot water, but anyway, yeah. Got to keep got to keep drinking here for sure. Loads of questions coming up. Do you guys prefer Pepsi or do you prefer Coke? What's your favorite soda? Let me know down in the chat too. Let's talk about that. Why not? Um, Zoe, how you doing, my friend? Yeah, good to see you. Good to see you. Thoughts on the new Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie? You know, there was a trailer, I want to say, that came out a couple weeks ago. My buddy Jacob Hubbard said on Twitter that finally there was a trailer for the new Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and he's a huge fan of the original ones. But I mean, the fact that the trailer is coming out like just 2 weeks out as opposed to putting it out months in advance. Ugh, I mean, I'm not honestly, Zoe, I don't have high hopes for it. I'll watch it, but I'm not gonna be overly excited about it. What are my thoughts on those comments, Jacoby? Especially after the way Moonfall ended, I think he's a gigantic hypocrite now. He has not put out a good movie since The Patriot, in my opinion. Well, okay, no, that's a lie. Midway, I really, really liked. Honestly, like that might surprise a lot of people, but Midway was a lot of fun. Um, but the thing is, with the way he wrapped up Moonfall and with the comments he made about Marvel and DC movies ruining cinema for like setting up these universes, and spoiler alert, it kind of sets up freaking Moonfall sequels, which I do not want. Um, it just comes off very hypocritical to me. Um, and especially as a fan of the MCU and the fact that he would say stuff like that and then do what he did really rubs you the wrong way. You know what I mean? Uncharted comes out a week earlier over in the UK. Gotcha. That makes sense. Okay. Yeah. Well, let us know what you thought down in the comment section below after you're done, because I'm very curious to see what people think about that. NGT asks if I'm a big Star Wars fan. If so, what's my favorite movie? I am. I don't think it's up there on my franchise list as much as the MCU or Harry Potter, which, by the way, I'm going to be recording Order of the Phoenix after I get off this live stream. I just rewatched it last night. Who boy, there's a lot to talk about there. But yeah, I'm a big Star Wars fan. Favorite movie easily is The Empire Strikes Back for sure. And let me know also if you guys have a favorite Star Wars film. Let me know down in the comments for sure. But Book of Boba Fett has some good parts about it. First four episodes were kind of subpar to me, kind of boring if you ask me. But um, yeah, Empire easily. That's my favorite. Luke says Last Night in Soho was his favorite movie of last year. G Colby, it's for good reason. For good reason. Jacoby loves The World's End. Yeah, no, and that's totally fine. That's the amazing thing about movies. It's you can love certain things and you can think certain things are just fine, and then you can hate certain things like I hate Moonfall. Adrian asks, what was my least favorite Netflix film for last year? Oh, that's a tough question. I have to really think about this. Well, there were a lot of Netflix films that came out that kind of surprised me, honestly, like how much I had fun with them. Like I know a lot of people hated Red Notice, for example, with The Rock and Ryan Reynolds, but I disagree. I had a lot of fun with Red Notice, even though it blatantly set up sequels. like, um, I mean, gosh, I mean, I can't really think of one off the top of my head, honestly. I mean, a lot of the Netflix movies last year, like Don't Look Up, Army of the Dead was a lot of fun. I know a lot of people really didn't have nice things to say about Army of the Dead, but I really enjoyed it. Film lover, hype for the Batman. It's about a 13 out of 10. Can't fucking wait for that movie. It's going to be incredible. I don't care that it's 3 hours. I sat in the theater for three separate instances watching Avengers Endgame. So I'm pretty sure I'll be making multiple trips to see the Batman if I love it as much as I think I am. But I'm the only person who liked Midway, huh? Yeah. Well, that might be just biased because Darren Criss is in the movie and I'm a big fan of his, but ooh, you watched Us last night and you're spooked? Uh-oh. Yeah, that's a scarring movie for sure. I would say that okay, I know we were talking about my top 5 most anticipated. The Northman and Nope are like tied for that number 5 spot for me. I cannot wait to see Jordan Peele's next project. Anytime he's doing a scary movie, this time he has Daniel Kaluuya returning to star in his film, and then he also is bringing in people like Kiki Palmer. So I've been a fan of Kiki Palmer for a long time. So very happy to see that she's still thriving with her career. Ryan says Empire is his all-time favorite film. Yep. Yeah, that's not surprising, is it? Yeah, Empire is honestly the twists and turns in there changed the game in cinema forever, I think. Will I be picking up King Richard this week? I know I just talked about how it was like a big Oscar bait movie, but I think I will. I think I will, honestly, just because I enjoyed the movie enough. But I just don't think that Will Smith should win the Oscar this year, just because I think there were better performances than his in that. But if he does win it, I won't be surprised. I'll be happy for him, but it's like when Leo won for The Revenant, you know what I mean? Like he should have won for a better performance, I think. Like, like Wolf of Wall Street, firmly convinced that Leo should have won for that one, but as low as it takes to get going, Return of the Jedi is definitely NGT's favorite. Okay, just got the sweet poster for it. Yeah, DM me on Twitter. You can follow me on Twitter at Zack Doler. I would love to see that poster for sure. Is it like an authentic like movie theater poster, like from 1983? In any case, yeah, I'm definitely curious. The 90s to early 2000s making a renaissance with Toby and Andrew coming back in No Way Home. Spoilers for the like two of you who haven't seen No Way Home yet. Yeah, Scream and Jackass being successful in theaters. Pop punk and metal coming back. Yeah, no, it's honestly like, and Harry Potter's starting to gain some traction as well. With Secrets of Dumbledore hitting theaters in April. You have, a Buzz Lightyear basis movie coming out this summer, which hopefully does not just become a Disney Plus exclusive. I don't want Pixar to get screwed again, with a movie that will make Disney a gold mine with Buzz Lightyear. So I can't wait to get Batman tickets. Are they on sale yet? Let me know if they're on sale yet, because I would love to pre-order them. Good for him. Glad he enjoyed it. I just thought it was all right. Talking about Last Night in Soho for sure. Yeah, no, I own the Blu-ray. I have not gotten a chance to pop it back in my player and rewatch it, but it's a great film. It's a great film in my opinion. Strange that No Way Home gave you a newfound appreciation for the Garfield Spider-Man movies, but you appreciate the effort. Yeah, Andrew Garfield was phenomenal in No Way Home. I freaking loved his performance. He fucking showed up for that third act, and he acted his heart out. And I am in the camp, as long as you can make Amazing Spider-Man 3 a good movie, I'm all for it. I'm all for it. Give Andrew Garfield another chance. Red Notice was basically the rundown, but nowhere near as fun or as good. And I didn't hate Red Notice like most do, but it was meh. I can see it. I can see that for sure. Red Notice definitely has a lot of similar traits to the rundown. I think it's a lot. The rundown is a much grittier version of Red Notice and vice versa. I would say Red Notice is the lusher rundown, but yeah, definitely some similar stories, thinking more and more about it. And also plus starring The Rock in there. Ryan Reynolds is probably, I mean, I don't want to say Ryan Reynolds and Sean William Scott look all that similar, but Ryan Reynolds is basically a more jacked version of 2002 Sean William Scott, if that makes sense. But I didn't hate Red Notice either. I think I gave it like a B- when it came out initially. And I have not rewatched it since I actually did see it on the big screen with my grandparents last November. So it's fun. It's fun for sure. I think it just depends on like how and when you see it, because I think it hit Netflix like a week after I saw it in movie theaters. But yeah, no, I had fun with it. If they want to do sequels, more power to them. More power to them. Okay, let's see, guys. Yeah, we're about 25 minutes deep. I hope you guys are having a good time so far. I sure am. We're trudging right along. The Batman is the most hyped for a movie I've ever been. Okay. Even though the Batman isn't my favorite DC character, you're just a DC guy all around. The first teaser trailer is like my most watched video on YouTube. I don't blame you. I don't blame you one bit. I think the first teaser came out like when we were all stuck at home during the pandemic and all that, sheltering in place. People were just watching YouTube all the time. So it's yeah, it's definitely gotten a lot of traffic there. What's one video you've seen other movie reviewers do that you want to try out yourself? Ooh. You know, I mean, I haven't I don't know if this counts, Ryan, but I've seen a lot of people make tier lists of certain characters. I mean, that could be a fun idea for a live stream for me to try out. Um, if you guys have any suggestions of any tier lists that you guys want to see from me, you can let me know down in the chat, and we can work something out for sure. Because I love live streaming for you guys. I love making this content. It's it's a great deal of fun for me. Um, Luke asks, have I gotten around to watching Train Spotting? Of course I have. Of course I have. What do you make me out to be, man? It's a good movie. Good movie for sure. I can see why it's your favorite. It's the OG poster for the movie, I believe, but it's a reprint. Yeah, yeah, but there's a lot of those around there. Unfortunately, there's just reprinting posters. What are your thoughts on Ridley Scott's rude comments about superhero movies? Well, the difference is Ridley Scott actually knows how to make a good movie, despite I mean, I think he's very, very wrong, but you cannot deny that he's put out some good movies lately. Not House of Gucci because that does not count. Jared Leto, top 10 worst performance of all time for me, but yeah, The Last Duel, number 5 for me last year. Um, and if you remember, I put Spider-Man No Way Home way above that. So, it's he's definitely an interesting character, but the difference is he's not overly hypocritical like certain other people making those comments. Jacoby will be fine with Will Smith or Andrew Garfield getting it since both were great. I would be fine with it too. I'm leaning more towards Andrew Garfield just because I think like his work on Tick Tick Boom, his work deserves a lot more credit, I think, than just Will Smith's like, okay, I'm working for the Oscar. This is like towards the twilight of my career. Here you go, Academy. I see right through that. Um, Ryan asks, was I a Nickelodeon fan growing up? If so, what were your favorites to watch? SpongeBob, Fairly Odd Parents, and Jimmy Neutron. Oh man, this is a blast from the past, huh? So SpongeBob, yes. My brother Jake and I would watch it like every morning before going to like elementary school and what have you. And there are still points where we will impersonate certain characters in certain everyday situations. Is mayonnaise an instrument? And all that jazz. But Jimmy Neutron, I mean, I didn't watch it as much as Jake did. He was a huge fan of Fairly Odd Parents as well. I was more so a fan of like the Drake and Josh type shows that were coming out back in the day. And there's a lot of quotable moments in Drake and Josh as well. Drake Bell kind of is a problematic figure nowadays, but I mean, Josh Peck is still getting a lot of really interesting projects now. I did see that he was doing a show on Disney Plus recently. And I think he was cast in something else that I just am not remembering for the life of me, but he was nowhere to be found in that damn Ice Age movie that came out. Oh my God, don't even get me started on fucking Ice Age. But in any case, thank you for clarifying, Ryan. February 10th, Batman tickets go on sale. Let me go first, guys. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. You guys can get your tickets whenever you want. Will you pick up Eternals on Blu-ray when it comes out? This is a very interesting question, Adrian, because this is probably the most polarizing MCU film to come out in a long time. There are certain people, not going to name names, of course, but there are certain people who say that it's a top 5 MCU movie. I'm in the camp that's very much in the middle. There are people that hated it, but I think it's very mid-tier MCU in terms of like storytelling and all that. But I do think that it propels itself towards the middle of the pack just based on filmmaking alone. It is a beautiful looking film. And I will be picking up the Blu-ray just to kind of complete the MCU collection. I don't know how much I'm going to be rewatching Eternals personally. I know it's on Disney Plus right now, but I mean, there's some things that I really, really loved about it, and some things that I wasn't necessarily a big fan of. But you got to respect the ambition. Red Notice is fun, and I honestly don't get the hate. I don't either. I don't either, man. I agree. It's stupid 90s action cheese fun, without the help of the overblown CGI like some people. Luke asks if I watch Jeff Dunham. I don't. I know he's coming towards my neck of the woods for a comedy show. Actually, I saw advertisements all over the place when I was at a Sharks game actually a couple months ago, and I saw advertisements at the arena all over with Jeff Dunham and his gimmicks there. So, I mean, I hear he's funny. But I mean, I just am not overly familiar with him. Andrew's appearance in No Way Home didn't really change my mind on TASM. I still think they're poorly written with Andrew giving his all. No Way Home proved he needed a good script. Couldn't have put it any better, Jacoby. With a good script and his passion for the character, and you could tell that he loved being on set. There was a line he had right before the big action finale where they're on the scaffolding. He's just sitting there with Toby after cracking his back. Andrew said, "God, this is so cool." I don't think that was written in the script. I think that was legitimately Andrew saying how cool it was to be there, as Spider-Man again with both Toby and Tom as well. Um, you're gonna react to the Oscar nominations this Tuesday. I sure am. I sure am. I've got a nice group of panelists ready to react and rant about Jared Leto's inevitable nomination, but we'll see. We'll see. What do I think will win Best Costume Design? Ooh, that's a tricky one. I mean, based off of the stuff that I've seen, I think Cruella has a very good chance of being nominated for costumes. The Suicide Squad, rather, could be nominated for costumes as well. But we'll see. We'll see. What's up, Jared? I hope you're doing well. It's been a long, long time since I've talked to you, my friend. I hope you're doing all right. What's the biggest acting role I've ever had? Oh man. I mean, I've been lucky enough to have a lot of like really fun stage roles throughout my life. I've been doing that for about 12 years. I'm currently in rehearsal for The Mystery of Edwin Drood, actually close by where I live, which is a lot of fun. And actually my next show after that this summer will be Gaston and Beauty and the Beast. So that's just to kind of give you an example of the big roles. So hey man, Jared Leto might get nominated for House of Gucci. He's been appearing a lot. And you're gonna rant if they say his name. I am. And I don't want to rant, but if it comes to that, I might have to. Film Lover asks if I've ever heard of Toonami. I've heard the name. It's very familiar, but I mean, I just haven't really, had the chance to look at it. My brother is in the chat, y'all. What's up? He says Ice Age is a cinematic masterpiece. The first one, maybe. Ice Age Adventures of Buck Wild is absolutely not a cinematic masterpiece, though. It's on Disney Plus. If you don't believe me, do I watch much anime? I wish I had time. I mean, Cowboy Bebop. If you haven't seen it, yeah. I hear so many great things about Cowboy Bebop. Josh Peck was on the Turner and Hooch show, and he's on How I Met Your Mother. Is that the Hulu show that just came out that I'm seeing all the commercials for? That's the I mean, that looks interesting. I watched a few episodes of How I Met Your Mother. I thought it was funny, but I didn't watch through it all the way like I did with Friends or like I'm doing with Brooklyn Nine-Nine. So, well, mid-tier MCU is still good MCU, and the worst is just garbage, as in Thor: The Dark World. Yep, I get you. Luke went to a live Jeff Dunham show for his new comedy special, and I laughed my ass off. I believe you, my friend. Jeff Dunham, I mean, I hear from so many people that he's fucking hilarious. And, I guess he has all the gimmicks there. Ty has seen Jeff Dunham twice, which is really, really awesome to hear. Jake says Encanto for best animated film, by the way, guys. I'm personally pulling for Raya. I don't know about you. I think Raya's going to take it. Have I heard of Death Note? Netflix completely destroyed it. I have heard of Death Note. I have not seen Netflix's version. Probably from the sound of it, it's good that I missed it, but we shall see. Well, from what I've seen, people hated Red Notice because it feels like a total cash grab that solely costs on its 3 main stars instead of the generic story. Well, yeah, it's a very plain narrative for an action film, that's for sure. And then I do think it relied a little bit too much on the hype, but I get you there. The fact Leto gets in for House of Gucci and no Gyllenhaal Nightcrawler, there's a problem there. Stay tuned for this Tuesday night, 5 p.m. Pacific time, for more on this. Ryan and I are going to have a field day if it turns out that Jared Leto was nominated. I hope you're excited, Ryan, because I sure am. Cowboy Bebop is awesome, but I didn't see it till last year. Yeah, for sure. I mean, I've heard, again, like I said, I've heard so many amazing things about Cowboy Bebop, but I've just never had any, interest in getting to it. Oh, aside from Midway and Red Notice, what are movies you like but people crap on and vice versa? Movies you didn't like? So The latter question, Jacoby P, I can tell you easily the answer to that. The Cars movies. The first Cars film, I really don't understand the fucking concept there. Everything is a car. Like Pixar was on a roll at that point, and the sky was the limit, which they would like the stories, the kind of stories they could tell would not be fully realized until Ratatouille was released in 2007. And Cars was released before Ratatouille, but they just were playing it safe, I think. But for some reason, people loved that first Cars film, and then they came out with Cars 2, which was a spy car flick, and Cars 3, which is just a rip off of all the Rocky films. But um, I mean, the thing is, it's awkward when the theme park land based off the movie is better than the actual movie itself. I'm dead serious. Like Radiator Springs Racers at Disneyland, if you've never been on that, whoo boy, you're missing out. It's a great freaking ride. The Cars movie is not, though. Let's see. Adrian thinks that No Time to Die should win Best Original Song. Um, yeah, Billie Eilish is I mean, she's a great singer for sure. I adore Billie Eilish and her work. I just don't think she was the right choice for that song. You know what I mean? Like, imagine if you had someone like, I don't know, like it feels like for a grand finale, Billie Eilish's voice just didn't really fit the mold for me, if that makes sense. I was thinking more like a Kelly Clarkson singing that song. Like that would sell the epicness for me. Another snub I'm calling is Mitchell's versus the Machines. I really hope I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong too. I mean, there were so many damn great animated films that Mitchell's versus the Machines could very well get snubbed. I don't think it will. I think the Academy will know better because, I mean, for crying out loud, it was released by the same studio as one of their previous winners. So, like, it doesn't really make sense why they would snub Mitchell's versus the Machines. But, um, let's see. Luke is asking, what are my top 3 Wes Anderson films? Oh man, you're killing me here. This is a tough one. Grand Budapest, no particular order. Grand Budapest Hotel is up there. Um, Moonrise Kingdom, and I would have to say Royal Tenenbaums for sure. I do remember of his older films, I had the most fun watching the Royal Tenenbaums over anything else. So I would say that one. But the Cars movies aren't loved, especially compared to other Pixar films. I mean, it's good that people are catching on, but when I was growing up, people fucking loved the Cars movies. But it's yeah, you bleep curses on your reviews because well, I mean, I just bleep curses like for like I don't know, I just bleep curses for monetization and for for I guess comedic effect, I guess, because some people find when I bleep it funny. But Jake asks, in my opinion, what is the superior animated penguin story? God damn it. Happy Feet or Surfs Up? This is such a random question and I freaking love it. Um, but I'm going to have to say Happy Feet is the superior story. And this actually brings me to a very, very fun little childhood memory that I have of Jake and I going to the movie theater, like downtown, like metropolitan area. It was a big IMAX theater, and we went and saw Happy Feet on the dome, and it was so cool. I was so mesmerized by it. So I think that's why I have more sentimental value with Happy Feet. Plus, I mean, the story's just better. Surfs Up is fun, but I mean, it is what it is. What the heck now? Oh, incorrect answer. Yeah, now he's literally texting me while he's watching the damn live stream. So, um, Jacoby does not like Titanic. I think it's cheesy and melodramatic, but I loved Austin Powers and Goldmember and Jennifer's Body. People don't like Jennifer's Body. I mean, that's not what I've been hearing. I've been hearing a lot of people love Jennifer's Body, but I guess it's all again subjective. Subjective. What's up, Vincent Smith? How you doing, my friend? Welcome to the stream. We're about 40 minutes deep. How many pieces of physical media in my collection? Probably hundreds. I've lost count. Honestly, I couldn't give you an exact number, but if you stay tuned through to August, I mean, I'm sure I'll have a more accurate count when I do my Blu-ray collection. Both great overlooked films from 2019, Booksmart or The Farewell. I have seen them both, and I agree. They are both very much overlooked, and they're both fantastic. I absolutely agree. Vincent asks, what are my favorite Jim Carrey films? Oh, yeah. See, here's a hot take. I think Jim Carrey can be kind of annoying. It just depends on the project that he's in. But I will tell you this: The Truman Show may be his best performance ever, still to this very day. I love The Truman Show. Such a great concept. Um, Aside from that, I also like him in Liar Liar. I mean, he does pull his similar Jim Carrey antics, but it's a lot more fun to watch. He's good in Bruce Almighty. I do love me some Bruce Almighty. That's a nostalgic film for me. Um, I mean, like he's funny in Dumb and Dumber and all that, but I mean, there's just certain like his Grinch movie. I've grown to really, really not like it, honestly, just because I think it's kind of annoying what he does. Um, Whoa. Whoa, hold on, Ryan. You want a hot take here? He does not get the love for Wally. Um, Listen, I think Wally's a good film. The first half of it is like cinematic brilliance. The second half of it kinda I definitely see where you're coming from there. Um, but yeah, I don't wanna sit here and say it's like top 10 Pixar for me because it's not. But I can certainly understand if people adore Wally, like if they have it high on their Pixar list, no surprise to me. I loved Billie Eilish's song. Don't think Kelly Clarkson would be the right choice. It would probably be too poppy, more epic, grand, and sad. Yeah, I can see Billie Eilish being the choice for a more somber note for sure, with especially how No Time to Die ended. No spoilers, of course, for anybody who hasn't seen it, but I can see why people would defend Billie Eilish. But for a grand finale, I mean, if you've ever listened to Kelly Clarkson, like on record, it just feels so like larger than life. You know what I mean? So that's why I'm like in the Kelly Clarkson camp. Incredibles is top 5 best superhero movies of all time and top 3 Pixar. Yeah. Yeah, I really, really fucking love The Incredibles. There was a point where I thought Incredibles 2 was better, but on a rewatch, I'm like, no, Screenslaver was not up to par with Syndrome. So that's why I think just based on the villain, the first Incredibles is better. Do I think that the I don't know if this is a troll question or not. Do I think that the Kingsman should get nominated for the Oscars? Big no. Big no. Just because Reese Ifans was I don't even know what the fuck he was doing as Rasputin there. Do I have any 4Ks? I sure do. I've actually upgraded a few up to 4K. I've upgraded the Lion King, the original Lion King 4K. I have, let's see, I saw that Panic Room was finally coming out on physical media, not just like DVD, but I saw that the 4K for Panic Room was coming out probably for the 20th anniversary. Came out in 2002. I will be getting that. But let's see what else. I do have Cruella on 4K. Yeah, I'm just looking at my shelf now for 4K examples now. So, um, oh man, I mean, I swear, dude, I have them, but like, I mean, there's just so many of them. There's so many of them. I can't help myself. But yeah, I mean, a lot of the steelbooks that I have, like Avengers: Infinity War. Oh, Shang-Chi is on 4K right here. Absolutely, I was looking on the wrong side, but that is absolutely a 4K Shang-Chi. Um, Billie Eilish's No Time to Die is a solid song. Not absolutely not right on the button, Ryan. Those songs, both of them, absolutely better. Skyfall is still the best Bond song you'll ever hear. Even though Adele is overplayed on the radio, I will pop every time Skyfall comes on. Ed Sheeran was supposed to be the artist for No Time to Die. Oh man. Yeah, I'm actually kind of glad they chose Billie Eilish over him because that would have been an even weirder fit, I think. Ty asks, have I seen Bottle Rocket? I have. It's kind of mid Wes Anderson for me. It's not up there personally. I like Royal Tenenbaums way more. But I mean, even the Darjeeling Limited, really, really great. Oh, okay. Surf's Up was better than it has any right to be. Yeah, that's what Jake was texting me just moments ago. He said incorrect answer because I said Happy Feet over Surf's Up. Um, West Story, West Side Story won't be nominated this year as much as it should. I really, really hope that it gets nominated for like Best Picture. I mean, I hope Mike Face gets nominated for Best Supporting Actor as Riff because he was fucking unbelievable. Rachel Zegler should get nominated for Best Actress, I think. Best Score, Best Music. Yeah, that should be nominated. But let's see, Ace Ventura. Yeah, that's an interesting one for sure because you just gotta have them. You just gotta have them. Luke asks, "Do you like Jim Carrey as Doctor Robotnik in Sonic?" Here's the thing about that. I think if you give Jim Carrey the right role, where he'll just have loads of fun doing it, and you don't let him go too off the rails with his antics, he can be funny. He can be really funny, and Doctor Robotnik is a perfect example of that. Um, I like that they have him like more accurate to the video game look for the sequel, which does come out in 2 months, actually. Oddly enough, I do think on another topic that Idris Elba is a strange choice for Knuckles. Like as soon as I I read that on paper, I was like, huh? Idris Elba is Knuckles. Like, what do they mean? But when I watch the trailer and then I hear Idris Elba introduce himself to our main character, I'm sold. I'm sold. I'm so there. I'm very, very excited for that. Sonic the Hedgehog, the movie, the first one, so much better than it had any right being. Wally is kind of overrated, honestly. It's not horrible by any means, but there are much better Disney and Pixar films. Yeah, yeah. But for the people that love Wally as much as they do, I can understand why it's so high on their pedestals. But I do think that Wally is not top 10 Pixar at all. Jim Carrey enjoys some his comedies, not at all. His dramas, he is proving he is a great actor. I'm not an Eternal Sunshine fan, but I of course loves the Truman Show. Yeah, throwback to the greatest '90s movie tournament that I had on Ryan's channel, or that I took part in rather. It was yeah, that was still so much fun. It's I'm still reeling from Patrick's Matrix rant, in all honesty, but we'll we'll have some more fun, my friend. We'll have more fun with that. But I was pissed off that Wally won the Oscar in 2009 and Kung Fu Panda didn't. Yeah, Kung Fu Panda is probably a more fun movie than Wally is, isn't it? Wally has a lot more to say, but Kung Fu Panda, again, speaking of movies that are better than they have any right to be, Kung Fu Panda is a perfect example of that. All right, guys. Sorry to there we go. I'm just getting some drink in me. Gotta be Pepsi, of course. Vincent is asking me what are my favorite Mel Gibson movies. I mean, the guy's a fucking lunatic, but he's made some really, really freaking amazing films. Love his performance in Signs. That might be my favorite, like, overall performance of his. But my favorite film that he's directed, I would say, is a direct toss up between Braveheart and Hacksaw Ridge. Like, if you were to ask me today, I would have to say Hacksaw Ridge would be my favorite, but there might be some days where I'm leaning more towards Braveheart. That's a freaking classic for sure. Heat is the greatest heist film ever made, a masterpiece. I actually just watched that for the first time a few months ago in the hype up to the '90s tournament on Ryan's channel that we were just talking about. I don't know if it's the greatest heist film ever made, but it's one of them. It's certainly top of the list there. Jake says, "Thank you for recognizing Kung Fu Panda as a masterpiece, Adrian." Um, I love Jim Carrey. Sure, the Jim Carreyness can reach its limit, but Dumb and Dumber, The Mask, and The Mask. I totally forgot about The Mask. Yeah, absolutely. That's a really fun film. And Jacoby likes The Grinch. Hey, man, that's fine. A lot of people grew up with The Grinch. I grew up with The Grinch, but opinions can change on films. And as I got older, I have two versions of The Grinch in my collection, including Jim Carrey's. Um, I definitely see the film for all of its problems. As soon as I took off the rose-colored glasses the first time I watched it, I was like, "Oh, yeah, this movie's pretty mediocre." Um, Also, he should have been nominated and won Best Actor for Eternal Sunshine. Wow, hot take there. I don't remember where is it? Eternal Sunshine. I'm trying to remember what year it came out. I don't know if it'll tell me on the back here, um but yeah, like it depends on who he was honestly, it depends on who he would have been up against that year. whether or not I would agree with you on that front, but Reese Ethan was funny. In fact, he made me laugh out loud. I'm glad he did. I'm glad he did. He just like I don't know what the fuck he was doing with that film. It was so weird. I collect 4Ks now for Steelbooks. The artwork has to be good for me. Yeah. Um, I honestly, and another great example of it, we were just talking about it, is the Shang-Chi 4K. When the Blu-ray Steelbook artwork came out from Best Buy for Shang-Chi, I was not a fan of it. And then I saw this cover, the money shot of Simu Liu, and I was like, that's the one I need. And Ryan, I think you hit the nail right on the head when I'm like, when I'm getting, the Blu-rays in my collection and everything like that. I want to make sure it not only looks good on the shelf, but like the covers look cool enough too. So that's a big factor, rather. I think Ryan Reynolds is this generation's Jim Carrey or Mike Myers. You can see the Austin Powers humor in the Deadpool films, and you can see a little bit of Jim Carrey in Free Guy. Yeah. Free Guy is very much this generation's Truman Show for what it's worth. But I mean, the thing is, Jim Carrey and Mike Myers, they didn't really do a whole lot of like big superhero action stunts like Ryan Reynolds does. But I mean, I can definitely see the parallels there. Sonic 2 is going to be a ton of fun. Right there with you in that same camp, Luke. I think, I don't know if it'll be as good as the first Sonic film. I'm hoping it'll be better, but I think I'll at least have some fun. I don't know how accurate this is, but apparently Disney submitted Dos Origuitas for Best Original Song, but not We Don't Talk About Bruno. Surprising to me if that turns out to be true, Jake. Apparently, We Don't Talk About Bruno was it just overtook Let It Go as the most played Disney song ever. I mean, my question is why would they claim to not talk about Bruno and then there's a whole 4-minute song where they sing about Bruno? Is that the loophole there? They can sing about Bruno, but they can't talk about him. Just some random shower thoughts for you guys. Well, the Oscars love Disney and Pixar. Yep, they sure do. They sure do. Can't wait to see Raya win Best Animated Feature. Oh, man. Oh, I'm going to hide that comment real fast, though, but I will answer your question there. I don't want to spoil anything for anybody who has not seen the Book of Boba Fett, but the last 2 episodes of that series I freaking loved. I think it's Star Wars at its best. But it's not even turning into the Book of Boba Fett anymore. All the focus on Boba Fett himself wiped clean, and I'll talk about that in my review for it once I get to that point. How would I rank the Ghostbusters movies? Easy. Number 1, original Ghostbusters. Number 2 would be Afterlife. Ghostbusters 2. Ghostbusters 16 is right there at the very, very bottom of the barrel. Fucking hated Ghostbusters 2016. It's an atrocity. Aside from Boogie Nights and The Departed, what's your favorite Mark Wahl? Oh, God. God, you're putting me on the spot here. I would say The Departed would be my favorite, Jacoby, in all honesty. But other than that, I mean, I liked him in growing up. I liked him in Invincible, which is a really underrated football movie, actually. I really, really liked him in. I mean, if you want the funny answer, my favorite Mark Wahlberg performance, it's The Happening. It's got to be The Happening. Oh, these trees are dying all over the place. Come on, guys, take an interest in science. You have to love him in The Happening. It's so funny. Who are your top 3 favorite actors? Oh God, dude, you're hitting me with the tough questions now towards the end. I mean, I would say, there's just too many great actors to list. I can't just come up with 3. I would say Tom Hanks is up there. Anthony Hopkins is up there. Like in recent years, like Ryan Reynolds has gotten up there. Andrew Garfield has certainly gotten up there for sure. But Ryan Gosling is a fantastic actor as well. I just watched Fracture for the first time last night as well. Anthony Hopkins and Ryan Gosling in an excellent thriller. I don't know if you guys have ever seen this, but this is really, really great, actually. If you've never seen it, highly, highly recommended. I was super invested in that story. But yeah, 2 of my favorite actors there. Also about Jennifer's Body, sure, there's a cult following around it, but there's still people who don't like it. Even I didn't like it when I first saw it, and it grew on me. It was ahead of its time. Have not seen Jennifer's Body, but I mean, I can certainly see where people are coming from there. Let's see. Okay, I'm gonna take a few more. I'll be on here for about another 5 minutes, folks. Sonic 2 should be better. I'm hoping so. I'm hoping so, Ty. But let's see. We'll see what happens. Doesn't matter if they didn't do any superhero films, but Reynolds got their essence. I can certainly see that. I can certainly see your your comparison there, basically. For me, the best trilogies are the Toy Story trilogy and Lord of the Rings. I know a lot of people have been asking me about Lord of the Rings reviews and all that. If you want me to review them all in one sentence, I can do that for you right now. Fellowship of the Ring is a fantastic cinematic achievement. Two Towers is the weakest of the trilogy, but in my opinion, it's still an amazing, amazing cinematic achievement. Return of the King is probably the best finale you'll ever see, bar none. Easy. Vincent Smith, do I have any criterions? I sure do. I've got Failsafe, I've got 12 Angry Men. I'm looking to get Miller's Crossing, which I did see was coming out on Criterion. Really, really awesome Coen Brothers film. What else? I mean, I've got The Thin Red Line. I've got a couple of Terry Gilliam films in here, like Time Bandits. I don't know if you've ever seen Time Bandits, but weird ass film for sure. Weird film. Let's see. He's also asking, what are my favorite Clint Eastwood movies? I mean, Good, Bad, and the Ugly definitely has to be up there. Um, I mean, the first Dirty Harry film is a lot of fun. I'm trying to think now. I can tell you also Million Dollar Baby, which he directed and also starred in alongside Hilary Swank. Oh my God, don't watch that if you're having a bad day, because it'll just make you feel a million times worse. Like Million Dollar Baby made me freaking bawl like an infant. It was so sad. So sad. Eternal Sunshine was 2004, competing with Jamie Foxx for Ray. Okay. I see. Yeah, this is a oh my God, yeah, that's a stacked list, man. I did watch Ray, and I thought Jamie Foxx was phenomenal in that film. Johnny Depp was great in Finding Neverland. Have not seen Hotel Rwanda. Leo and the Aviator. I mean, Aviator is very mid Scorsese for me. I saw Ghostbusters 2016 recently. It's honestly my least favorite comedy now. Careful what you wish for, my friend. That's all I gotta say about that. Be careful what you wish for. Ghostbusters 2016 is a piece of hot garbage, in my opinion. Oh yeah, no. See, like that's the thing. There's so many amazing like films that I'm just like not thinking of. You know, Ted and the other guys love Lone Survivor. Lone Survivor is so fucking underrated. Like, if anyone has never seen Lone Survivor, like Mark Wahlberg is fantastic in there. Zoe asks, "What do I think of the ending to Prisoners?" One of my favorite endings of all time. Honestly, I have not seen Prisoners in quite a while, but I mean, it's probably up there with Denis Villeneuve's best films. But I mean, and the guy's done a lot. I mean, Blade Runner 2049, he just came out with Dune. He's going to be making a Dune sequel pretty soon. Like, dude's on a roll. Dude's on a roll. But I think Prisoners is my favorite Villeneuve film. Let's see. Even Instant Family and the Italian Job remake, which is it is a remake, and I didn't figure that out until like a short while ago. I was like, oh shit, that's a remake. Okay. But okay, folks. Let's see. Can't believe Spencer got no BAFTA nominations. I'm really hoping the Oscars are different. I think Kristen Stewart will get nominated for sure. I think she has a really good chance of winning for her work in that film, but only time will tell. What are my personal goals for this year in terms of YouTube and life? Well, number one, guys, again, I cannot thank you guys enough for a great live stream for sure. This was a great deal of fun as always. And a couple things you can expect from me. Um, you can expect my continuing Harry Potter series for sure. I'll be looking at all the new releases. Ryan, along with a great list of panelists, will be on here to discuss the Oscar nominations. Probably to rant about Jared Leto getting nominated for House of Gucci, which is inevitable at this point. But I mean, my personal goals for YouTube, I'm hoping to get to at least 1,000 subscribers, which we are closing in on. We're getting oh so dangerously close there. And life there, I mean, I've got I'm hoping that I can travel a little bit more. I know I've already done a Disney trip as of a month ago. I would like to go again before the end of the year. And I do have a couple of like, loose talks, going in there with various travel things. So, those are just some of my goals in life in 2022 here. So, and also to watch more movies and talk about them with you guys, like the Batman and all the Marvel shit coming out. So, ah, I was going for an itch and I almost knocked my whole damn setup off. I somehow liked Ghostbusters 2016 at first, but I agree it sucks. Yeah, it does suck. I love Johnny Depp, but a younger version of excuse me. I love him in the first Friday the 13th movie. No thanks, wouldn't want to watch it. Yeah, yeah, I see what you're saying there. Let's see. Ryan asks if I ever ate Chick-fil-A. I've never had it before. It's good food, but I with the recent comments that their owners have made, I'm not gonna be supporting them a whole lot anytime soon. Um, that's just I'm just gonna leave it at that. Even though I didn't care about Afterlife, Ghostbusters 2016 was not good, and it's not because they're women; it just wasn't funny. I'm right there with you. Paul Feig has come out with some amazing comedies in the past, like A Spy, like The Heat, like Bridesmaids, all that stuff. Hilarious. Ghostbusters 2016 was not. Like their attempts at comedy, the way it was written, did not like it whatsoever. Chris Hemsworth honestly was the funniest part of that film, and it really just kind of goes to show you the problem with that film. It made me terrible of like and ashamed of my gender. Um, and I'll just leave it at that. What's up, Jacob Hubbard? Good to see you. We're about an hour deep into this live stream. Guess I should not apply for Chick-fil-A. Oh boy. We gonna be the 1,000 boys in a month or closer. Congrats, my friend. I see you. I see you inching closer and closer to that number, which I mean, honestly, guys, thank you all so much for helping me get to that point. It's like it's honestly still flooring that so many of you guys keep coming back and you keep supporting this channel. And I'm so grateful. I can't, put it into enough words. But let's see. Adrian, I think you're mixing Johnny Depp with Kevin Bacon. Depp was Nightmare on Elm Street. Yeah. Yeah. I remember Johnny Depp being in Nightmare on Elm Street, but not Friday the 13th. But Kevin Bacon, that's someone else who I need to see more movies from, not called you should have left. You should have gone, whatever it was called. Came out like during the summer of the pandemic. It was awful. Would I rewatch The French Dispatch? Yeah. Yeah. I do think that Timothée Chalamet's story was the weakest of the stories, but I mean, I would rewatch it point blank. I absolutely would. But my friends, again, I think this is about the point where I'm going to wrap it up. Thank you all so much for tuning in. Again, if you haven't already, smash that subscribe button as hard as you possibly can, along with that thumbs up button. Also, click that notification bell if you haven't already. As far as what you can expect from me, again, that live stream about the Oscar nominations coming out on Tuesday morning. I'll be doing it about 12 hours after the fact. I'll let it sink in. And if I'm still mad about House of Gucci getting all the nominations it's going to, it should make for some fun times. I'm sure Ryan will be coming out guns a-blazing for sure for that live stream for sure. But and also Harry Potter series, I'm gonna keep chugging along. I'm gonna record Order of the Phoenix in a little while here, and that should be I want to try and get Order of the Phoenix up tomorrow, if anything. So guys, thank you all again. Stay tuned for the next one, and stay classy. Keep loving the movies, guys. Talk to you later.